Tuesday fun day. We're doing some shop work. Sounds like we're gonna get back in the field. Whoop whoop. I'm ready for that. And changed the transmission fluid on the Blazer. It was slipping because it was dry. So now it's all fixed. It'll chirp the tires there on the concrete, and that's what we want. If it couldn't chirp the tires, we might have to send it down the road. You just never know. Now I'm gonna head to Indiana and get some 3-inch hose for the nitrogen. I don't know what it's for, either fill it or one of the fills, either filling the nitrogen rig or filling the tank on the tender. But that's where I'm getting sent to go do. So we'll I'm sure there'll be some videos this week of us in the field doing a little bit of odds and end things.
Tuesday, second day of sun, and we think we can start side dressing today and maybe start spraying tomorrow because it's cold tonight, so we're gonna hold off a day for that. But first we gotta get out of the shed, and it is buried. Lots of stuff in here. Titanic in the way before we get to it, spray trailer in the way. We're waiting. Looks dead.
We haven't tried it yet again. Think that'll help?
Maybe it's the resurrection machine. Got it. Oh, Haggie's in the way. Spray trailer's in the way. Titanic's in the way. My planter's almost right in the way. New 9250's almost in the way. There it is. We're gonna get this out. David's gonna take it up to Robson, and we got a little less rain up there. We got more rain this weekend, but overall we've got less rain. Get the side dressing. Since Robson's so far away, we're on 2 rigs, the Titanic and the Valdez. I don't know, I can't think of another big ship.
That's a Bismarck.
Bismarck? Yeah. It's in North Dakota, right?
It's a big battleship. Germans had it.
As you can see, George is getting his rig ready to go.
Yep, I'm hard at it.
Man, looks exhausting.
What?
I think you get Jay to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah? You working up a sweat over there?
I am. Watching him rear up cars making me sweat. Putting on some 28, 32. Trying to get some nitrogen to the corn. Time for a fill up. So we're adding Microburst, Instinct, and ATS to our nitrogen. That stabilizes the nitrogen and gives us the micronutrients, a lot of sulfur and some other nutrients in there too. So we hope it's going to help the corn. It's the easiest way to do that, at least for us. We'll get it on easier this way. So we'll get this full. We'll have 2,500, a little over 2,500 gallon in it. We'll get it up to David. He'll just bury it once we get it there. Put it on the ground, see if the corn likes it.
Okay, it's broke down by Lawrenceville in the Titanic. Air problems, brakes locking up, so hopefully we can go get that going. Too long a drive, you had to stop the hotel? He's back going. Easy fix, that's the kind we like. Just had an airline, need a little attention, that's all. Here comes Garrett making the move. Bluebird trying to help write stuff down. It is Wednesday. David's running hot and heavy up in Robinson. I just got done ordering a bunch of liquid to try and keep him supplied. So that's the main thing I'm doing. Still working on the 6-row, getting parts. Dad's off getting parts for the 2160. He'll hopefully start planting tomorrow, maybe. Get that all knocked out. Looks like we got a dry week here for the rest of the week. Get some stuff done, and then maybe some more rain next week. First load of ATS just rolled in after I got done writing this down. Ammonia thiosulfate, which, you know, it's got some nitrogen in it, but sulfur's the main thing we're trying to get with it. But there's supposed to be a big, huge shortage, so we got one of our 28 tanks that we're going to use for 32% now. Got it empty. We're going to fill it up with ATS to 32 because I guess it is short, and we want to make sure to put on all that we want, especially with commodity prices being up. We don't want to starve the crop this year, especially. So we can now hold 3 loads out there. They can bring 2 a day from that place. That's all they'll let them load. Then we'll just do 1 more after that, and we'll have all that we need, and hopefully we'll have that before they run out. So they run out, I guess they run out. Sulfur is important, but it's not as important as nitrogen, but it's important. So just trying to get it all in before we can't get it. Well, she's good enough for planting a little patch of sweet corn, but just in case. Now I'm not saying that we're going to do this, but just in case, we have to patch a few holes, you know, just small ponded spots where the water ponded. We have to replant just a few spots. We will use this planter for that. Got a few bearings going out on the closing wheels, but that's not a big deal. John Deere's got some of those. I'm going to help George load up his next load of liquid because it's a spot we're going to try and hit a little higher yield. So we're going to do a little different mixture and do one other thing. Then I'm going to head to John Deere, get those parts. Right now, I'm going to get them taken apart. They need bearings. 6 of them need bearings. Plus our 2 spares need bearings. So we need like 8 bearings, and got to replace the rubber on the closing wheels. So these are good enough to plant some sweet corn, but if we have to go over a lot of acres of corn or beans, just patching holes, we'll want to be in better shape than that. So, all right, I ended up in Indiana. I'm at the field where we got strip till every 120 feet against conventional till every 120 feet. Both done in the fall, both fertilizer. Whereas conventional till got spread in the fall, strip till, of course, fertilizer got put on with the strip till. But I've dug 2 different times in the conventional and strip where it splits apart, and I found the same thing in both of them. I can't remember the planting date. This is some of our latest planted corn. So when it was dry early, it didn't get as much time to get up and get going in the dry cold as the earliest stuff did. So this is like our last planted stuff, and it looks the worst, but I think it'll come out of it. It's just, you know, a little discolored. You can tell it's been stressed, but it's supposed to warm up. It's coming now. So, but I found the same thing in both places. I thought this is interesting. Planted above the ground, I really can't tell a whole lot of different, but below both spots, conventional till at the longest root, like it's going to search, but all the others are shorter. Strip till doesn't have any roots as long as that one coming off the conventional, but it's got 3 that are all pretty big, I'm guessing, and it's got and they all got some hair roots on it, where this one's just this one has the hair roots. Of course, I'm no agronomist, but just, you know, looks like this guy's going searching, and all these guys are happy just growing where they're at. So drawing no conclusions, saying nothing about it, just an observation. We'll be keeping an eye on this all year. This is our drowned out spot. As you can see, we had hit this plug full of dirt. Well, the good news is it's not near as bad as I thought it was. I thought it was over there where that hole was. That's just where it was sucking. Here's where it's at. It's clean right down there. Just gotta get it all uncovered, new one on, and clean out best we can. Won't take long. All right, we're uncovered, and there was a little stuff in there. Cleaned it out both ways as far as I could reach, but there wasn't a whole lot in there. It was mostly just covered over instead of plugged up, so that's good. All done. That should work a little better. It's a little lower than it should be, but that's better than a little high.
All right, got a production crew complaint. We got our cameras with our names on them. I went to get mine. Mine's not here. Somebody else took it. I thought that's why you put your name on stuff. Anyway, I had to get somebody else's camera. This one don't have an outside microphone, so if you can't hear me, send it into the complaint department. I want to show you something's the matter with my case planner, that there is a little problem here, and I guess they said they've never had this until this year like this. We got these pins right here on the closing disc. You can see there should be a roll pin half sticking out here and here. It's a solid type roll pin, not hollow. It's breaking these off. Then you about lose the pin. Some reason this is not working in this like it should, and it's putting pressure on this, snapping this. So this is something that needs to be addressed before next year case. It needs to be fixed on this planter. So here's one there, broke half of it. Here's another one broke. They break half at a time, then it breaks the other half. Here's another one. That's 3 on one wing. And I've got 2 already off. You can see how the pins wore here, and just 5,000 acres or a little bit over. So you can't get this pin out very easy. You got to heat this to get it out after it's broke, because it fits tight. Then you either got to press it in or you got to heat it to drive it in. But you can get them in, replace them. You can see how bad these are already. This is good right here. These are going to have to be something changed for next year. I don't know. We need to put a bushing inside this arm, a different pin. Let it rotate. You can see this right here goes through here and through here. I don't know if it's sticking in this piece right here,
and not letting that rotate on the pin. So this breaks this outside pin here that holds it from turning. Because see, this pin is not supposed to turn. And these work up and down all the time. So I'd say it's probably sticking in here. Either that or these are just way too weak. A different supplier this year. They do that sometimes. I don't know what the problem is, but it definitely needs addressed. So I'm going through, I got a little bit more to plant. Going through and fixing these ones with these new pins right here. And so it'll be ready to finish up. But that's a bad spot, so we need that fixed. I had these two already fixed, haven't put in yet. Then I found 6 more. Half of it was broke off. Just the one end, waiting to break the other end. This one, before I fixed it, both ends was broke. What this does is, like in an earlier video, George and I was fixing a unit out in the field where it bent the air cylinder because this pin came out, allowed that closing disc to come back, got the air cylinder in a bind and bent it. Of course, they replaced it for us, but at that time, I just thought I had a pin that came without this roll pin deal in it. That's not what's happening. That's what happened to every one of these. If you let them go long enough, these would run, break the other half off. Then eventually that pin would work its way out and then bend something back here. Because when this pin comes out, it allows this to go back and hits up here at the top of the spring bracket in front of it and ruins this little air cylinder. So these got to keep maintained. What I'm going to do, I'm going to fix all these, put them back, put never sees on them, so this here will pivot better for the remainder of the year, and I shouldn't have any more trouble the more than I got to go. Oh, I think Reese has got 2 broke on his, and I got 6 more to go. So we need at least 8 more pins, and we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they gave me 10 today to put in, and that's exactly what we're going to use, 10 pins and 2 planters. All right, so we're going to do them all, never sees them, put them back. Today is May 13th, back to planting beans. Planting this last 315 acres of seed beans. We haven't planted anything, I think April 26th maybe. So it's been a pretty long spell of some rainy weather. We got 2 or 3 more days of good weather. Putting on nitrogen now, liquid nitrogen. And I'll either get these seed beans done today or almost. Expect let's go ahead and finish it. And then you can see the ground's in pretty good shape. Planting here on some black ground. It's dried off real nice. Clay's a little bit damp again on top. But the case planter's doing a good job on it. Makes it look really nice. So we get this done, and then we'll probably have a few replant spots coming up, but not very big spots. So everything's coming out pretty good, looking like.
Pretty good shape. But I'm gonna move his truck, take out the farm, put the last of the beans in, then take it to the field he's going next, so I'll be there for him. Move Dad's seed tender where it needed to go. There he is. Here's a ditch that I dug out this winter. And it's not draining under the culvert because a beaver decided to build a dam in the culvert. So disrespectful. I hate those things. I'm hoping I can get that out from here. Apologies to the beaver population of southeastern Illinois. You did not do this one. The culvert bottom's rusting out. Something hit it, got caught sideways. Yeah, blocking it up from draining. No bueno. All right, I'm gonna let that water drain a little bit before I go back. I need to cut it off. I don't know if I'll make it there today or not, because George has got to leave, so I'm gonna have to take his place hauling some nitrogen to David. But first, we're to the sweet corn spot. Need a good seed bed for this, because this is the most important planting of the year. So gonna work her up with the tiller. I had some electronic issues on the 6th row, so I didn't make it to plant sweet corn today. I'm taking George's spot in his truck, take a load of 32% to David. And I tell you what, you can tell that 2,500 gallons is back there of it. Well, I don't believe we're gonna make it. We got a blowout. One of them days. But I'm gonna pull up right there. I don't know who owns it. Hopefully it's okay. It'd be okay if somebody wanted to use ours. And wait for Jay. He hasn't loaded the Titanic yet. I'll put my load onto him to take it to David. Then the weight off of that, it's got duals, so I can surely get it home to get those tires off, get them fixed tomorrow. The cavalry has arrived. My knight in shining armor. No, look at him, ladies. Well, Jay got me empty, and now he's heading up to David, and I'm doing the drive of shame home. Limping her in. Long lines of traffic behind me. Sorry, can't help it.
Well, got that done. Got seed beans planted today. I think 315 acres. 2 nice fields, so 3 I guess, so it didn't take long. Good shape. So now we're officially done on everything for the year, except we may have a few little replant spots. Pretty sure I know one spot about 4 or 5 acres of beans are going to have to be touched up, and just a little dab of corn, and who knows for sure. We may have to do a little bit more yet, because everything isn't up yet from the last planting. It's really took its time. So we'll see what happens, but feeling pretty good about it all.
All right, tires off. Tire shop bound in the morning. What do you bet that they say that they can't patch this? Definitely blown out. Gonna go ahead and replace them all. Debate on just doing the back axle, but gonna do them all. I won't have to worry about for a while, hopefully. Much better.
I'm back in the side dress rig now for my second stint. Been going again for about 3 days, I guess. We got our Robinson farm, all side dress, all our 32% put on. Now I'm just trying to finish up here at Flat Rock and get moved over by Bridgeport, Illinois, over by the 4-H center. Going decent, but had a few hydraulic hoses blown. Fixed them. Reese had a couple tires blow out on the trailer. That was a setback, so there was a few setbacks, always a few. Right now, I'm recording this, it's the 14th of May, middle of May, so we got Memorial Day weekend, Memorial Day coming up in a couple weeks. So, see a veteran, thank a veteran, and I hope Eli is doing well. Eli Ivers is doing well, Garrett's oldest boy in Marine Corps boot camp. Hopefully he's getting along good. Hey, running this side dress rig with this 500 row crop track case
tractor here, and this is a nice machine. We are, well, most of the time I'm running 10.5 mile an hour, putting on, oh, anywhere from 45 to 60 gallon an acre. The place I'm going to is only going to require about 40 gallon an acre average, little poor dirt, but we are zipping right along. Don't take long to put it on, just takes more time filling up and everything else, but just keep running. Well, this is the last corn I planted. Go back and look if you want, but it's where they tiled it, and we had to work it up when we didn't really want to. It's tiled and it was all cloddy and everything, and it was definitely gonna need to get a rain to get up, and it definitely has got several of those. And I have to say, stain's looking pretty good. I'm pretty proud of this one. She's a little yellow and puny because it's been cold, but it's supposed to warm up, so it should be fine. There's a few spots. Most of it's got a good stand. There's a few spots where it's thin, just because it was so cloddy. It didn't have enough moisture to come up without a rain. It's a little behind, but spots where it looks thin, those things are still coming up, so it's even better than it looks. So pretty happy about this field. Sweet corn's planted. Forgot to turn the camera on. Just a little bit, not much. Just that last stuff we planted where it ponded a little bit, so. Plant 21, round 2, done. And hopefully that's it for this year. As long as the river stays where it's supposed to. It's a little big right now, but it's at least in its banks. So ended up having to do 10.3 acres. Yep, 10.3 acres of replant on just right around 5,900 acres of corn. So I'll take that 10 years out of 10. So pretty happy. Year's off to a fantastic start. Couldn't have had much better spring. It could have stood to be warmer, but corn is now greening up and it's really starting to grow, and there's half chance of rain every day next week, so we'll see how that goes. David's gonna get done of everything to the north of the home farm pretty much tonight. Then he'll be working around home till it gets rained out, and then head over here to Indiana. So progressing on that. Crop looks good. Garrett's spraying, keeping up with that. Very blessed. See you next week.